you doing, everyone? For those of you that's your first time on the channel, welcome. And if you're into general tech, home theater and PC content, subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified on my future videos. Now, the world of TV is looking better every day, but we all know how complex things are getting when wanting to purchase a new TV for your home. So today we're going to take a closer look at some very important things to look for when buying a new TV. As you guys know, in today's world there is a ridiculous wide range of high definition 4K, Ultra HD and even 8K TVs in stores, from bargain big screens to the high-end displays that distinguish the best TVs available. The technologies and features are amazing, but it can be hard to keep up with it all, let alone determine what's important. Here are some guides to help you guys decide on what's best for you and your home. So just like the projector screen, the biggest factor on your decision is the screen size. It doesn't matter if it's a basic or a high-end performance TV. Consider how many people in your family typically watch at once and where you're going to put the new set. Then choose the largest screen size that will fit comfortably into that space, and of course, your budget. The sweet spot nowadays, considering price, performance and a typical living room, is between 55 to 65 inches. This will also depend on how close you sit to the TV. For me, a good rule of viewing distance is about 3 meters away from the 65-inch TV. Some will argue on that, but I'm curious to know your opinion on this, so comment in the section below. No TV buying guide would be complete without a discussion of resolution, so let's have a quick discussion about high definition 4K and 8K TVs. Now, for many years, Full HD has been the standard and still the most common resolution in TVs across the globe. However, TV manufacturers are rapidly shifting to 4K, meaning 4 times the resolution of HD. Benefit of this is that small objects on the screen have more detail. Overall images appear richer and more lifelike than on an HD TV. The sharper quality also has the added benefit of letting you comfortably view the screen from a shorter distance, making larger TVs more comfortable to view in a regular sized home. HD looks great, but streaming services like Netflix, etc. started offering 4K content, so why settle for HD when 4K TVs are affordable and give you much better picture quality? But in saying this, Live TV hasn't fully embraced 4K just yet. So when you're buying a 4K TV, don't expect that every channel you watch is going to have that crystal clear picture. We've also seen the first wave of 8K TVs such as the Samsung Q900 arriving first and many more coming out soon. These displays quadruple the resolution seen on 4K sets. They offer a giant leap forward into picture quality, but good luck trying to find that content to take full advantage of this. So for me personally, it's pointless. Give it a few more years, but for now, I recommend sticking for 4K TVs. Okay, so let's move on from that boring topic and get into the good stuff. So say you chose your 4K TV that you like, I recommend choosing that features HDR, which stands for High Dynamic Range. This offers the ability to deliver more colors, more contrast levels and increased brightness. And let me tell you guys, you will definitely see the difference between a HD TV and a 4K HDR TV. Something like this, the Hisense P8 4K ULED Smart TV is great value for money. Features 200Hz smooth motion rate, HDR and 4 HDMI ports in the back, which we'll talk about in a minute on why they are so important. I personally love this TV. It's a great 75-inch monster for a living room. Now, my viewing distance is about 4 meters and the family loves it. Yes, we have the home theater room upstairs, but sometimes the living room is more convenient, especially when we have other family and friends come over and we want to be around the kitchen and the living room space. The third guide is refresh rate. I'm sure some of you guys have heard or seen this on price tags. They normally have written 60 Hz, 120 or even 240 for some. Refresh rate is expressed in Hz, describes how many times per second a picture is refreshed on the screen. In other words, the quality of motion of fast moving pictures or objects when watching a movie. I don't know about you guys, but I can definitely see the difference between a 60 Hz and 120 Hz motion in a movie. It's got that blur look to it, which is so uncomfortable to watch and not very pleasant. But trying to go for the higher refresh rate will also increase your budget, but who wants to buy an old tech 60 Hz TV nowadays anyway? Gamers especially will be keen to get the higher refresh rate also. Most old gaming consoles top out at 60 frames per second. But with the new Xbox and PlayStation coming out with those insanely good specs, you definitely want to go for that higher refresh rate. I say 120Hz should be your lowest to go for. Want to future-proof your TV? Go for the 240. Now, HDMI connection is another very important thing to consider. Nowadays, manufacturers are shaving costs and giving us less HDMI plugs on the back of the TVs, which these ports can get used up pretty quickly. Adding a soundbar, a Chromecast for easy control with your phone and a gaming console, and you've already used 3 ports. When purchasing a new TV, make sure the port supports HDMI 2.0 at the very minimum. Many TVs on the market have only one port that supports the 4K HDCP 2.2, which is for copy protection. Bottom line is look for at least 4 HDMI ports, and if you have the option of 2.1 but 2.0 will do just fine. Now, my last tip is to choose a TV with minimum ULED technology, but if you want something better, QLED or OLED technology is the best way to go. LCD, LED, etc. are the tech of the past, and don't even bother purchasing one. In 2020, QLED and OLED TVs are very affordable and won't break your bank. I'll list some TVs that I think are great for value for money, so check it out in the description below. We might even see the first $1,000 OLED range later this year sometime, as new companies compete and smaller OLED panels come out into the market, which should be interesting. So let's recap. Don't buy a TV with less than 4K resolution. Forget 8K TVs for now. Look at least for 120Hz refresh rate. Look for HDR compatibility. Look for ULED, QLED, OLED technologies, and at least minimum of 4 HDMI ports. No matter what TV you choose and how great they say the sound is, I suggest you invest in a soundbar also, at the very minimum. Just a side note for you guys. Okay, so that sums it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter for future giveaways. Take care, happy shopping, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.